When's the last time that anxiety just gripped you so tightly that you felt like you couldn't breathe? You felt like you just couldn't get past the moment? Or when is the last time that you felt so depressed that you didn't want to move, you didn't want to get out of bed, you didn't feel motivated for anything because it almost felt like the nothing was so heavy and blanketed, like you couldn't see past the dense fog that was in front of you? When's the last time you felt so lonely? And and sometimes people misread what loneliness is. You could be someone who has a lot of friends and a lot of family, but still you just felt alone, like no one cared, even though you knew somewhere deep that somebody did, but you just felt so alone. Or maybe your loneliness does stem that you've walked through life and trauma and trials and seasons where you literally feel like there's nobody there for you. Or when's the last time you felt like you just had to be what everybody thought you should be? So if it's the one who does A, B, and C at work, that's what you do, A, B, and C, because people have to think these things about you. And you function in life, maybe even in your relationships, or even as a parent, or even with strangers on the street, and you function in such a way that you just have to be what somebody else thinks you should be. You have to be what they say you should be, because if you're not who they think you should be, then who are you? Or when's the last time that you felt peace? And I mean real peace. When's the last time that you felt real peace? Like you just woke up, you looked in the mirror, and there was peace. Peace because you know exactly who God created you to be. And in the midst of the world that is shouting at you everything that you should be, you listen to the still small voice that is calling your name. You know, I believe for a lot of us, we pretend that we understand that. For a lot of Christians, we go to church and we function inside of these bubbles, and we pretend that we've got it figured out and all together, and we hide the anxieties, and we hide the depression, and we hide the loneliness, and we hide that feeling of sharing with anybody, that we just feel like we have to be what everybody else thinks we should be. And sometimes churches have become great places for people to hide it, rather than to be the place where we just come in and we're vulnerable and we're honest. What I want to share with you is you are not alone. And there are people in the Bible all the way through who have walked through situations, walked through darkness and hardship and brokenness. And in the midst of that, they listened to those voices that were calling to them and telling them everything that they were. They felt anxiety, they felt depression, and they felt loneliness, and they felt like they had to be what everybody else wanted them to be, until they heard the small voice, the voice that instead of telling them who they had to be, told them rather instead that they were loved for who they were. This series is for you. The series is for me. This series is for all of us who have been walking through life feeling that weight. And I hope that you will come on this journey with us as we endeavor into the scriptures, as we endeavor into all of these Bible characters who give us the ability to know exactly who we are. So join us Sunday, 10 a.m. at Wellspring. Hope to see you there. If you know someone who this will encourage, invite them. This is the series we all need right now, me included. God has been working on my heart as I've been putting this together, and I'm looking forward to sharing it all with you.